What's up, everybody? This is Mike Wallz, Off the Wallz Radio. I'm sitting here with the man, the myth, the legend, Talib Kweli.
Hey, what's up, man?
What's up, man? How you doing? You're back at Penn State, man. How's it feel?
It feels pretty good, you know. I'm just chilling.
Just hanging out?
Yeah.
You know, so for people who don't know, this man is one of the most legendary hip-hop artists today.
Shit,
I'm gonna say it. I have to. So being from New York...
This guy's too nice.
Appreciate that. But being from New York, how did that influence you in your music?
I think it had everything to do with my music. I think New York City and the city I grew up in is equally responsible to my upbringing in music as my parents. But I don't think that's unique to New York. I think that's where it is, how it is for every artist, no matter where you're from. But I think New York, I'm just blessed to have maybe more resources with like labels being there, and as far as hip hop culture being birthed there. So it was that added bonus.
Right. And you moved to LA? And how is that different, being from New York? How's the music scene different in Los Angeles from a content perspective and from a business perspective?
Well, I didn't quite move to LA.
Okay.
I have a place in LA.
Okay, let's get it
place
straight.
in New York too, so I didn't move to LA. I just have property in LA.
New York, tried and true.
Yeah, but you know, LA is great for business and the weather is great, you know. But I think that you know, as far as right now in New York, we have younger MCs like Joey Badass and Pro Era Crew and like Mr. Motherfucker Esquire, like people coming up and doing a thing on the indie level. But LA right now, when it comes to MCs, is killing it. You know what I'm saying? Like starting with like the Odd Future crew and the Black Hippie crew and like Don Kennedy and Smoke Dizzy from LA? Spin a leg.
Nah.
No?
He's not.
Where you from?
Not sure, but I don't know.
He don't know.
He's from California. My man Ox, so
You
you
got
would know.
the Cal State hat. Like, but yeah, LA is killing it right now when it comes to the MCs. Like the MC scene in LA is very competitive, and you know, it used to be Detroit. You know?
Right.
Now it's LA. Like,
Yeah.
it's really killing it.
Definitely. So what's your secret formula? You want to see these? So your secret formula, man, you've been able to stay relevant but stay conscious at the same time without compromising anything about you as an artist. How do you do that?
I pay attention to the trends, but I don't follow them, and I'm never closed-minded to new ideas and new influences, and I try to figure out, like, you know, I know what I do well, and I focus on what I do well.
Right, definitely. So I got hip to you in 7th grade when you did this track with one of my favorite bands, the Youngblood Brass Band, Y'all Stay Up.
Oh, yeah, it's a good song.
Yeah, how did that even come to be? Like, that's a very unique collaboration.
They called me up, you know, and that song that I did with them, I did that song with Hot Tech.
Okay.
And he didn't like the beat. I really liked the song. Like, that was a song we were gonna use for his Flesh and Eternal album.
Right.
And he didn't like the beat, so when I got with Youngblood Brass Band, I just kind of transferred the song to their production.
Okay. That's awesome. That was like kind of like the pivotal moment in my life when I was like, yo, hip hop is so much more than just what you hear on the mainstream radio, but you know, you can do something very diverse with it.
Yeah, I like those guys, man. They did a lot of good work.
Yeah, definitely. So can you explain to us your relationship with Kanye West? A lot of people don't know, but you were kind of the one who almost was like responsible for his like mainstream popularity in the beginning.
I wouldn't say that. I would say that Kanye is responsible for that. You know, he's very confident, very sure of himself.
Right.
And the reason why I brought him on the road with me is because he made what I was doing.
Right.
Like, it wasn't doing no favors. Well, I wasn't doing him no favors. You know, it was like a mutual thing.
Yeah.
And so, you know, he got a lot out of coming on the road with me and doing songs with me, like Get By and stuff like that. And I got a lot out of my relationship with him later on when he was able to be one of the biggest artists in the world, and he was able to do songs with myself and Mos Def and Common and Q-Tip and, you know, different things that he did to show the world, you know, that hip-hop from a pure perspective can exist on the upper echelon level.
So let's talk about the mainstream real quick. Back in the day, mainstream was considered Cypress Hill, Tribe Called Quest, you know, people like that. You compare it to...
Those were the days.
Those were the days, man.
Girls were girls and men were men.
So can you kind of compare that from the mainstream back then to the mainstream now?
Back, you know, and what you're talking about is like from 89 to like 94.
Right.
Where the hip hop that was people felt in the streets and the purest of hip hop was what was mainstream. And that's changed. Like that sound is no longer mainstream, but hip hop still is in the mainstream.
Right.
And so now you have a different sound that's more down south influence. You have a sound that's more corporate backed, and you have an audience that never had to go outside of mainstream channels to get their music.
Right.
So if you have an audience that's getting all of their hip hop from mainstream channels and then not realizing the vast amount of hip hop that exists elsewhere.
Right.
Like I have the benefit of being a part of different eras where, I remember when you couldn't hear hip hop on the radio or TV. If you were in hip hop, you had to go and find it. You know, and now, excuse me, the fact that it's like given to you on a silver platter, it sort of changed the way that people respond to it, I think.
Okay. So you actually just got off. You just were in Hawaii, am I correct? Last Friday you did a show with Yasin Bey. Is there going to be any more collaborative work with you two in the future, perhaps?
We're going to keep doing shows. I don't know when we're going to do an album, but...
Everybody's hoping for that.
Hey, Hey, man.
I'm sorry. So, new album coming soon. What can people expect?
Hopefully they don't expect nothing. I like when people don't expect nothing. They never see me coming. Lower your expectation. My new album ain't going to be shit.
That's what it is.
Hey, yo, this is Talib Kweli. I'm rocking with Off the Wallz Radio. One love.
Appreciate it, man.